Brisbane. Ladies and gentlemen, investment accountant, this is Jan Scott.
Yeah, Jenny!
So I have now arrived in Bali. It is Monday after the show. So we checked out at like 3 in the morning on this morning. Drove from Gold Coast back to Brisbane and then quickly packed our stuff for Bali and drove to the airport, and here we are. I didn't end up taking a lot of content on show day because I was literally rushing from one thing to the next, so I just didn't have time to really grab my camera and, you know, take videos and content and chat. So apologies, but I'll throw in a few clips here and there, and I'll just do a little recap about you know, what I did on the day. There were about 300 or close to 300 competitors backstage. There were rooms like upstairs and downstairs, and they were very small, so we're all pretty much all over each other. Like, we had stuff everywhere, and you just find a small area on the carpet and try not to step on anyone when you moved about. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had a good little group of amateur competitors in Ali's Angels, and we were most of us were in the same room, so we had heaps of fun. And yeah, we just took photos, you know, helped each other do each other's dresses up, bikinis, lots of laughs, and eating our food together. It was really fun backstage. It was actually one of my most favourite parts of the day. So when I finally got to walk on stage, my legs were so shaky. I was telling myself to like calm down and slow it down, try not to be nervous, but I felt like my legs had a mind of their own, and they were just so shaky as I was walking out. And then I rushed my posing a bit, and I was just so nervous that I didn't think about like walking as upright as I had practiced. Yeah, and I was still a bit nervous. So what they did is they brought the first 15 or so out. So the first half, I think there were 31 girls in my division, which was bikini, medium, short. And they did the T-walks for the first 15, and then they brought us all forward for comparisons, and I was still like a little bit nervous at that point. And they brought the next 15 for their T-walks, and we were just like up the back. So then that's when I started to kind of recollect myself and think, you know, Jen, like, you put in so much work these past few months, like, don't throw it all away because of these nerves. Like get a hold of yourself. So I just like kept working, kept posing and smiling, and then after the second half were done, they started to make the first calls, and they called number 20. So I was number 30. They called number 29, and then they called number 31. So I was like, oh, on the inside, I was just like, oh no, like they didn't call me, but I was so nervous. I kind of thought, oh, this is what I get for letting my nerves get to me. I'm like, oh, well, don't let it get to you. Like, they don't always call an order if you just keep sort of you know, having a good time and posing well, that maybe they'll call you like towards the end. But then right after they called me, so I was so happy at that point because I just felt like I hadn't shown my full potential in the T-walk or that first comparison. So I was like, yay, I was just so happy to, you know, get a chance to like actually work it this time. And when I started walking, I actually realized my shoe was like slippery and someone's gem had fallen off and had stuck to the bottom of my heel. So it was like walking on a pebble. So luckily it was on my left shoe and not my right, because I could put most of my weight on my right, like my right heel instead of my left. And it just meant that I couldn't do some of the poses that I'd practiced because it meant that I had to put all my weight on my left, and that was kind of shaking, and I figured I'd just nail the other poses rather than risk, you know, like falling over or losing balance. And then yeah, so that round was so much fun. This is when I was just like, you know, Jan, like this is it, this is your time, and just do it like you've been practicing at the gym. And I could hear my friends and family just like yelling, calling out my name, and it just like fueled me even more. So I had heaps of fun. When I walked off stage, I felt like this massive wave of like accomplishment like flow through me. I was just so proud that I finally, you know, gave it all that I could, and even though I was so nervous, and I had heaps of fun, and it was just awesome, like being there and hearing people cheer for you. Like it's the greatest feeling, and yeah, I just loved it. I actually didn't remember this until I watched the videos back, but I was called again like a second time, so I actually totally forgot that happened. So after the show was over, I was just kind of hopeful for top 10, but now that I realised that I actually got called the second time, then it made perfect sense that I would have placed top 10. But it was a lovely surprise then. So when I actually watched back the videos that, you know, my friends and family took of me, I really wasn't as bad as I thought I was. Like I was too hard on myself, thinking that I did worse than I actually did. So I'm actually really proud of how I went, given that I couldn't really shake the nerves at the beginning, but I'm glad I did eventually get there. So yeah, just super proud and happy with how I went. Like I wouldn't change a thing because it was my first time, and I feel like I had to go through that to like appreciate the experience at the end. Got my backstage photos. My friends actually had to leave and drive back to Brisbane, so I didn't even get to see them because the show was running so late and they had other plans that they had to make. So, but they were the most awesome cheer squad ever and exceeded my expectations in every way. I'm so grateful to have such supportive friends. I then caught up with my sisters. We went back to the apartment and I cooked my lunch, which was salmon, avo and spinach and I think coconut oil. That actually bloated me a little bit, so I probably wouldn't do that again. We had to do our bikini round again and our tea walk. Also, we did the gala walk, which was fun. We just like lined up and waved, and then it was so much more chill in the night show because you knew like that pressure was off you. Like all the judging had really already happened, and now it was just time to like, you know, have fun and take more photos and yeah, just really enjoy the moment without that pressure. It was everyone just seemed so much more relaxed. It was really, really fun. I was still really nervous for my tea walk in the evening, even though like leading up to it I didn't have butterflies or anything, but as soon as I like step out and it's just me, yeah, I don't know, I just rushed it. I feel like I know what I need to do for next time, but yeah, I did it, and I think it was, my walk was definitely better than in the morning. Like I composed myself enough to do a decent strut, but the poses themselves, yeah, needs work, but I still had a good time. They did the awards and I didn't place top 3, which I wasn't expecting to anyway. I was really hopeful for top 10, but I already knew that my muscle mass was really small leading into it. I kind of chatted about that with my coach. So I was hopeful but not expecting. Like I didn't want to expect too much and put too much pressure on myself on a placing because it was my first show, and also I wanted to, for me it was really to see if I enjoyed the experience and, you know, if I thought it was something I would do again. But I actually had the most fun day ever. Like there wasn't a second of the day that I wasn't having fun. Like it's such a long day, but I didn't feel tired because I was just having such a good time. And the results were released, I think, when we had landed in Bali. I got 6th place, which was way better than I thought I would do. I was just like fingers crossed for like 9th or 10th, you know, but I came 6th, so I was just like, what? I was so shocked and so happy. Like I'm just speechless. Like, so all in all, it was the most amazing experience, way beyond expectations, and I just had the most fun with all the girls backstage, and I'm just really proud of myself for committing to something like this that you know, it was really challenging and difficult, but mentally mostly, and I did it. I didn't quit, and I tried my very best on the day, and I ended up with, you know, an outcome that I am just over the moon with. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my little recap, and let me know if there's anything about the show day or my prep that you would like to know more specifically, and I can do a video on that. The show is now over. I'm eating my Dough House donut, and we are heading.
Don't eat all of it.
It's all mine. I did the show. I prepped for months.
We prepped.
Yes, it was a team effort. It was an awesome day. I had so much fun. I would definitely do it again. Good night.